She moves all in here.
There would be nothing wrong with it. You know, Andy
No.
Black is just the kind of player who'll try and bully her with a re-raise with all sorts of hands. Oh, dear.
Oh, there she goes.
Oh, like a changing bell of doom, the word raise. Can she keep the raise small enough to be able to pass? It's an immediate call from Andy Black. And Maria Dimitriou, niece of the former Late Night Poker champion Peter Costa, needs to hit a queen or she is going to be the first one out of this tournament.
A little consolation prize. She does have 2 live flush draws, diamonds and spades.
Very good point.
Let's see the flop.
This is such a tense moment for Maria Dimitriou.
7, 10,
And
6,
that's
which is
not
3
one of
flops.
them. Now she, oh my
She's
gosh.
drawing to 1 card, Robert, the Queen of Hearts.
Yeah, that was a real bad flop for her. She can still catch an 8 and 9 and get a push out of this.
Check. And the river card. Ace is 6.
And that's it.
It's no good. Maria Dimitriou put in a fantastic performance this series. She made the semi and blazed her way through that to get to the final table. She wins $7,500. But how unlucky to be the first one out.
She'll be thinking about those ladies for quite some time. Well played overall, situational. Sometimes big hand versus big hand you can't get away from.
It's a difficult one to pass queens to Andy Black, isn't it? I'm not sure. It's difficult. If I had more chips, I could have called to see a flop. There's numerous ways to play it, but the whole time here has been an amazing experience, really. To get to the final and do it the hard way is quite satisfying. To go out 8th is not, and I might get over it in a day or two, but.
Welcome back to the final table of Party Poker, Late Night Poker. Just 7 boys left now, slugging it out.
First come, first serve.
And I suspect we're going to hear from Andy Black a little bit more now. He's not going to let these players hear the last of him.
Are you playing behind here?
He's going to talk it up.
I'm about 100 or 2 behind.
Surinder Sunar, we haven't seen him raise it up in a while. You've got to figure this is a real hand. But he's just called it.
Yeah, I'm thinking Queen Jack, something in that range. Up, 9-10 of clubs, middle suited connectors.
Raise to 5,000.
Eddie Scharf is pouncing on the possible weakness from Sunar, and he's raising it with no hand at all.
As a matter of fact, Surinder Sunar actually has his hand dominated right now.
Does Scharf have a tell on Sunar?
No, I think he's just thinking, you know, I can thieve an extra 1,500 in this pot right now. And that's exactly what he's going to try to do. Let's see if Surinder is able to sniff this out.
It's virtually impossible to know you're in front with 10 high for this kind of action from that kind of player.
Call.
Look, we have a call from Surinder Sunar right there. Ace, deuce, 8.
Both of them are going to be frightened of this ace, but...
I suspect we'll see a lead from Surinder.
Check.
Surinder's
No.
checked it, and I wonder what Scharf's going to do. He's got to be nervous that Sunar...
Could have limped with a weak ace. Yeah, but Eddie Scharf's got a continuation bet
At
now.
10,000.
10,000. Wow. Now there's no way, unless Surinder just knows he's on a bluff, he can't call.
Well, he certainly can't call. I mean, he would have to move all in. It's only raise or pass, and Scharf structured the bet so cleverly that Sunar is really going to be all in if he raises, which is virtually impossible with that hand. Great play from the German. I mean, they think he's such a tight player, and every here and there, just outright theft.
What was that card, Eddie?
Hamish Shah was one of Late Night Poker's powerhouses. His cool, confident game booked him a place in the grand final of Series 4 after beating Simon Aces Trumper in his heat.
We've got a result. Hamish Shah, next stop, final table.
In that final, Hamish showed the poker prowess he had always promised.
Owning.
See, he raised with garbage, but 9-3 makes him 2 pair. He's announced all in. That's all his chips in the center.
His masterful play drove him on to a repeat heads-up battle with Simon Trumper.
Has to be in better shape. No miracles. No miracles.
King pairs the board twice, and Hamish Shah, you're our champion.
The winner of Late Night Poker for Hamish Shah.
Tragically young, Hamish died the following year. He was an inspiring poker player and a wonderful man. We miss him. Back to the action now, and blinds are up to 700, 1500. Andy Black has had to put in the big blind, but I mean, he barely will notice that from his enormous stack. And it's Roland de Wolf who's considering what to do.
With two jackaroonies.
Raise to 4,200. Pass.
And that's a little under 3 big blinds. He's hoping to use these hooks to reel in a couple of juicy fish. Will surrender soon, I'll be one of them.
I'm guessing not this time around. 7-9 offsuit, nah.
Pass.
But now here's Andy Black. Will he defend his big blind? I mean, the Wolf is an aggressive player.
And Andy Black's actually got the kind of hand that, you know, he could win a big pot with. 5-6 of hearts. I don't mind that call. Looky here.
Ooh,
Check.
Wow.
what a lovely flop for Black. I mean, he's not in front, but any heart or any 4, he's got a massive hand.
Flush draw and a straight draw. And de Wolf still has the overpair 2 jacks. This could be fireworks.
I'm sure this is a check raise from Andy Black, you know.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. And I don't blame him. I probably would have to do the same thing.
How much is Roland de Wolf going to bet into this $9,000 pot?
Probably about 5,500.
All in.
Bet 7,000.
And the immediate all-in announces Andy Black.
Immediate all in. And now Roland de Wolf has put to the decision. Do I feel lucky? Do I? He's got lucky on his shirt. Of course he feels lucky.
I mean, this is the beauty of a massive chip lead. Andy Black can afford to announce all-in, even if he gets a call.
And here comes Roland de Wolf. We have action.
He's called it. What an amazing call from de Wolf. He knows it's not a set. He knows it's not an
Roland, all in.
overpair.
Roland de Wolf's tournament life is on the line right here, right now. Needs to dodge a heart, dodge a 4, and possibly some other runner-runner scenarios.
Let's see the turn.
Blank praise de Wolf. That's one blank.
He's faded one of the cards. One more to go.
And the
No
river card.
heart, no 4. Praise de Wolf.
is
Oh!
No, instead of Jack. Jack's full for Roland de Wolf.
House of Jackson, what a massive turnaround at this table. Roland de Wolf is going to take the chip lead. It's a big loss for Andy Black. And I can almost feel the room shaking.
Wow.
Andy Black must be wishing he'd stayed in the monastery.
35,100.
More and more I'm realizing that I'm first and foremost a spiritual practitioner, and the kind of approach to spirituality that I'm interested in is contained maybe in the phrase form is emptiness and emptiness is form. And whenever I apply this to poker, it makes me realize that that's a bit like how poker is. You know, it doesn't matter how many chips they can disappear. It doesn't matter how low your chips are, you can improve. It doesn't matter in a way whether you win or lose, because, you know, you're still left with yourself and your life and what you have to deal with.
Time now for another late night poker retro hand. We're going to see this one again from the point of view of Andreas Jurbeck. We'll just see his 2 cards. Andy Black limping under the gun. Supposed to be a sign of strength.
Could be one or the other. Either a middle suited connector or a strong hand. Sometimes different players limp with either of those 2.
Jurbeck on the button.
Raise.
Of course, Andy Black's just lost a big
5,000.
pot, so he may be a bit tilty and with an ace in his hand.
And maybe even a bit timid right now. I mean, he just doubled through Roland de Wolf and played a big pot. And Jurbeck, rightfully so, wants to define the hand, raises from the button with ace-8. And Andy Black instantly calls.
And if Black calls now, you have to fear a bigger ace, ace-10, ace-jack, something like that. But, well, it's not a good flop for Jurbeck. That always suits a caller, that kind of flop.
Absolutely. A very coordinated flop.
Check.
I mean, unless Black's got something like a 5-6 of spades, Jurbeck's likely to have gone behind.
Check.
7 of clubs on the turn.
All in.
Bet
And
all in.
instantly, Andy Black goes all in. I don't see what Jurbeck's even going to be thinking about here. I mean,
What a massive bet from Andy Black. I mean, I suppose He's low on chips after that last hand. It's